And breaking tonight, special counsel Robert Mueller reportedly referring a number of cases to federal prosecutors in New York. Cases that reportedly have to do with several high-profile lobbyists, like President Obama's White House counsel Greg Craig and longtime Democratic lobbyist Tony Podesta. He is the brother of Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign chairman, John Podesta. The special counsel's office declining to comment, but the referrals come to light as Mueller's first trial connected to the Russia probe, but having nothing to do with the 2016 election begins. Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort knows the makeup of his jury now, and today they got an earful. Fox News contributor, former Chief Assistant U.S. Attorney Andrew McCarthy is here live to weigh in on all of this. Andy, great to see you tonight.
Hi, Shannon.
Okay, so let's talk about what is at stake. I want to talk about what Manafort is facing. 5 counts of filing false individual income tax returns, 4 counts of failure to file reports of foreign bank and financial accounts, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 5 counts of bank fraud conspiracy. That's just in this first case. But what of that is connected at all to the president?
None of it is connected directly to the president. The only connection between the president or President Trump's campaign and this trial is Manafort, and that is to say that he happens to be in this trial and happened for about 4 months to have been a high-ranking member in the Trump campaign. But other than that, the two things have nothing to do with each other. And the theory we've been operating under, Shannon, for these many months is that the reason for pursuing this case against Manafort is to increase the pressure on him to provide whatever information he may have on Russian activity in connection with the 2016 election, and if the Trump campaign had anything to do with that. But as you look at it at this advanced stage, it does seem to be the case that the Mueller campaign, or the Mueller campaign, that's Freudian, right? the Mueller investigation on the matter of what's been called collusion, which, to be clear, is the idea of a conspiracy, an espionage conspiracy between the Kremlin making these efforts against the 2016 election and the Trump campaign. That seems to have gone by the boards. I think even when you look at Mueller's last indictment of the Russian officers, it doesn't leave a lot of room for that kind of conspiracy.
Well, you know, and a lot of folks are looking at this and saying, again, to be clear, this has nothing to do with any potential collusion. Manafort scooped up in this probably because of the brief time he was working on the Trump campaign, because these charges had been leveled, some of them, but, you know, against him before. They never went anywhere until he was part of the Trump campaign. A lot of folks questioning, too, why there hasn't been any kind of deal or negotiation. We don't know if there was behind the scenes, but there isn't one. And a lot of folks speculating today it's because Manafort has nothing to give them. I mean, he is facing potentially hundreds of years in sentencing, but no deal would suggest to a lot of folks that he has nothing to give them on the president or the campaign.
Yeah, I think there's another reason to think that, too, Shannon. You know, many months ago in this investigation, Rick Gates, who is Manafort's partner and who Manafort brought with him into the Trump campaign, pled guilty to some of the charges that Manafort and he were facing, which, again, have nothing to do with the Trump campaign or the 2016 election. It's hard for me to believe, given the closeness that those two guys had working together over the years, that Manafort would have something relevant to the rationale for Mueller's investigation that Gates didn't know about and already have had an opportunity to share with the prosecutors. So again, I think the fact that they've had a witness like Gates had access to him for all these months, coupled with the fact that they have brought charges that don't seem to have anything to do, don't in fact have anything to do with the 2016 election, and the fact that, as you point out, they seem to be not only just winding down these cases, but parsing them out to other U.S. attorneys' offices around the country. Remember, the reason we're supposed to have a special counsel or need a special counsel here is because there's a conflict that the Justice Department can't handle these cases in the normal course, and yet they're now getting these cases.
All right. Well, you used to be a part of that office. We'll watch and see what happens to those cases that special counsel isn't reporting on, but we've been told have cropped up there in the Southern District of New York. Quickly, a jury found today 6 men, 6 women, opening arguments. So this trial is off to a start, and we will look forward to you tracking it along with us. About 3 weeks, we expect. Andrew McCarthy, thank you very much.
Thanks, Shannon.